everybody, Karen Roby, Macy Barron here for Tech Republic, and talking about an article, Macy, that you put together based on a study talking about the 10 most affordable cities for developers to live in. So just start with the report in general.
Sure. So the report focuses on affordability as well as availability for jobs, because I feel like a lot of reports talk about where, you know, the best cities are for these tech professionals, but affordability isn't primarily focused, and that's really important, especially for entry-level and mid-level professionals. Because one thing that the report talked about was, you know, these more advanced developers and coders might have both the experience and budget to be able to live in very high-tech places like both the coasts,
right?
But entry-level developers may not have that. So we've looked at both the affordability and the availability, and a lot of them were very surprising. So the first one was Bremerton, Washington.
I would not have thought of that when off the top of my head.
The second was Detroit, Michigan. Then we had St. Louis, Atlanta, Georgia, Lowell, and Newark, New Jersey. And then down at number 8 was Huntsville, Alabama. So that was kind of a surprising one too.
Yeah, we've actually heard more about Huntsville, I feel like.
Yes, apparently there are some big tech companies that are starting to move out that way, so it's pretty interesting that that's on the list.
And it's really, you know, when you talk about affordability, like you mentioned, it's not something that studies have focused on much before.
No, and so I think that it is important to focus on that because, you know, every year we have another class of students that are graduating and wanting to break into the field, and with coding developers being so high on, you know, the most promising lists and things like that, the most promising jobs, I think more people are moving that direction as tech becomes more prevalent. So it's important to consider affordability when looking at that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, when you talk about the tech industry as a whole, what do you think that this means for that?
Well, I spoke to one of the people that contributed to the report, and Luke LaPaula, and he was saying that this really shows that the industry is realizing, you know, tech is becoming a very big deal. And I think a lot of cities are realizing if they want to continue to be prosperous and to continue to make a revenue, they need to bring these big tech companies into their cities, into their towns.
Right.
And I mean, there's been I did a couple articles last year about how to, you know, retain your workers in the Midwest, how to bring people to the Midwest away from the coast. And I think that the coasts are just becoming so expensive that people are looking for other options, and cities in the Midwest and in other regions, in, you know, the plains everywhere, are trying to accommodate for that and trying to become their own hubs for tech innovation. So it's interesting to see some of these places on this list.
Yeah, interesting to see how it plays out in 2020 as well.
Oh, absolutely, especially with more technologies like artificial intelligence and Internet of Things and 5G especially booming this year. Yeah,
most definitely. All right, if you want to learn more about the study and the cities there on the list, make sure you check out Macy's article on Tech Republic. Thanks for watching.